Do WNBA players think Caitlin Clark will be the league's face in 5 years? There is not one defining feature that makes up the face of a sport. A player's success on the floor is important, but so is her social omnipresence, her brand prominence, and her desire to be a voice on topics that not only involve her but her peers. The WNBA's face of the league does not have to be its best player, or even its most decorated. The WNBA currently has stars from various generations competing. Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Afiza Collier highlight a group that entered the league in the mid to late 2010s, while Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and Paige Bueckers are among a recent crop of stars. So who do WNBA players think will be the face of the league in 5 years? And what do they think about a host of issues facing the league, including expansion, salaries, and collective bargaining negotiations? On Monday, players weighed in on who is the league's best player and the best trash talker. To answer those questions, the Athletics Anonymous Player Poll is back. Every day this week, we'll share how players dished on topics. Our reporters spoke to nearly 40 players from the start of the 2025 season, a total that represents nearly a third of non-rookie players in the league. We interviewed players from all 13 teams but excluded the 30 rookies in an effort to gather veterans' perspectives. Players were granted anonymity to speak freely. They were also permitted to skip individual questions. As a result, each question shows the total number of responses for full transparency. Some players named more than one player, so we divided those vote totals. Players were not allowed to vote for their team or teammates, a time of explosive growth in the league, as multiple players are prominent across mediums, and brands continue to strike high-profile deals with rising WNBA stars. It was difficult for players to focus their responses on one player. More than 10 players responded with 2 potential options, with the indecision reflecting the star power that many in the sport have. Clark, the Fever star, was the overwhelming choice, however. The 2-time All-Star has proven to be the league's most popular player since she entered the WNBA last spring. Indiana's games routinely set, or come close to setting, record viewership numbers, and it's become common for the Fever's road opponents to move games to larger venues to accommodate the added interest Clark and her teammates draw. That so many players chose Watkins is also notable, as the USC guard might not enter the WNBA for another 2 seasons. But her future arrival, coupled with her ACL tear in last season's NCAA tournament, has done little to dispel how highly players think about Watkins' pro potential. WNBA players already recognize her presence, and so many already viewing her as a future face of the league reflects their respect for her. Although there is a difference between who might be the WNBA's best player in 5 years and who will be the league's face in 5 years, it is notable that in 2023, when The Athletic last conducted an anonymous player survey, Clark's Fever teammate Aaliyah Boston received the second most votes. 2 years later, Aya Wilson was the lone player drafted before 2024 who received votes in this category. In their words, on Caitlin Clark, she's clearly already a draw, and she still has room to improve as a player. I mean, she is currently the face of the league. On Juju Watkins, just look at the presence she already has in college. On Paige Bueckers, she's very likable right now, and she's doing very well as a rookie, and her name is making a buzz.